G'day, friends and fans, and welcome to Tabletop News. I'm your host, the author, David Applegate. Of course, today, as with every other Tabletop News, until I find something better, but I don't think so. My favorite site is the Bundle of Holding. First, we have the Halls of Arden Vol. From July 2022, an incomparable old-school fantasy role-playing game, Mega Dungeon. Old school map for an old school price, $24.95 for the complete collection. This is a revival of a 2022 bundle, the second resurrection of a vast Mega Dungeon from Expeditious Retreat Press. This is for Dungeons & Dragons and other similar fantasy role-playing games, originally introduced in 5 volumes. This is 1,100 pages, the largest Mega Dungeon for old school gaming with over 2,000 keyed encounters. Now, what you get for the one price is not just the complete Mega Dungeon, 10 levels with 15 sub-levels. Now, the original volumes was a hardcover set for $300. Now, when at the time it was one of the still is one of the largest. Now, this is goblins, lizardmen, beastlands, thugs, and more, including a cult, multiple cults. It's a past. It's an exploration of past glory of a buried, long-dead civilization. The same group may run into several different parties throughout the halls, never experiencing the same journey twice. The whole point of a Mega Dungeon is replayability from different angles and different missions. Then multiple entrances and of course, the depths of hell itself, allegedly. But, of course, for the ardent player, there is the VTT maps, enabling you to descend on virtual tabletop. Next, new from miniature games inspired by Morkborg is Forbidden Psalms. Should be plural. However, this is an end time game. Starter pack $9.95. The all-new Forbidden Psalms bundle presents 8 death metal miniature games from Optic NL, inspired by and compatible with the art punk tabletop game Morkborg from the Swedish design team Occult Orkbustera. Now, this is published by Freelink Publishing. Right, sorry, Morkborg was Freelink Publishing, right? This is a do-it-yourself, pick-up-and-play miniature experience that combines skirmish with dungeons. It's grimdark with war bands of just 5 figures. You have a few monsters, a few hostiles in 6-turn scenarios in 2x2 battlefields using any miniatures you have on hand. Go head-to-head, cooperative, or solo. Now you can play just war bands, or you can actually have a narrative campaign. There are you can lob in elements from Morkborg, use magic, relics, monsters from other war games. Would be a happy life, but for the hardened survivors, there's wealth to plunder and experience awaiting. $9.95 gets you 4 compatible miniature game rulebooks in a starter collection. However, pay above the threshold price of $20.15 and you level up, and you get the entire bonus collection with 6 more titles. In the starter collection, you get Forbidden Psalms End Times Edition. This is the definitive version. Note, there is an earlier version that appeared in Morkborg compatible offer. This is a new version of End Times. This is a 28mm skirmish game of blood, metal, death, and of course, as mentioned, inspired by Morkborg, you recruit a warband of 5 greedy souls. Are there any other goblins? Are there any other types of goblin? Now, this is to undertake a mad wizard's bidding, but the mad wizard hasn't just bet on you. Before you get to see his coin, you have to face rivals, hunt ravenous monsters, and unearth dangerous relics before you can search for the psalm itself. Your warband is disposable. Well, of course, sharing is caring, but there's too much sharing going on. You will suffer injuries and unleash horrible magic. But for hardened survivors, the wealth of plunder. Now, there are many ways to play this game. So, and there's a 25 scenario campaign. This is the definitive version, unlike the original version. Yes, of course. We can't just say revised, can we? All right. Next in the pack, you have miniature gaming for Cyborg RPG, Kill Sample Process. So again, you play as rivals, cooperative or solo. There's various hostiles, nanoswarms, the machine god. There's a complete campaign that takes you across the neon hellscape of Psi. This is an independent production and not affiliated with or part of. This is published under the Morkborg third-party license. Yada, yada, yada. Legal's done. Moving on. Forbidden Psalm, Last War. Now, this is a standalone miniature game based on Forbidden Psalms, inspired by historic wars. You face horrors such as the trench maggots, living clouds of poisonous gas, stings from the fog, and many more horrors from the mud clogged trenches. You have a crew of 5 miniatures per player. Right, and you play against non-player monsters in scenarios that take you across the wastelands of the last war. Now you can do this head-to-head cooperatively or as solitaire. There's new missions, new monsters, new spells, animals, and armor and tank warfare. The Last War. Next we have Hope is for the Dead. If you thought the Last War was going to get you, this one will. This is a haven where you're trying to survive. Now, you're scavenging, killing zombies, and surviving the deadly virus found in the deep frozen lakes of Antarctica, the source of the first outbreak, and therefore the end of the world, for the virus has spread across it. Unlike other games, instead of buying equipment, you scavenge. You upgrade haven, you have unique locations, deal with hostiles, infected animals, bandits, and other havens. Level up, which I recommend you do. You get endless horrors, cosmic horrors, standalone 28mm skirmish miniature. Evil cults have decided the world must end. The things between the stars should come forth and take this world and make it anew. Recruit a cult of 5 zealous souls to heed your call to the very endless horror and play out the end of days. The cult is disposable. Members can be injured, they have flaws, and unleash horrible magic. But for the most zealous, power awaits. Next up, 3 miniature games. These are 3 miniature standalones that do not need an external rulebook. You have Dread Knights, a crew of demon slayers, Mork Ball. In the fields outside Hoghead Inn, teams of Mork Ball League play in the world's dumbest and bloodiest games in Mork Ball. Fouls win prizes, referees can be fatally dealt with, and even the mascots can play, whether you seek flame, bloodshed, or gold. Mork Ball is a sport for the cunning and brutal. Ah, yes. Cloth goblins. You wander the woods. Cloth goblins are terrible cloth constructs. Have found the dark world of Forbidden Sub, and now they have built a fort against all that come forth from the dead woods. It's a base build and defend game. And 2 expansions. Collection of Death. It's a gathering of previously released scenes, freebies, and new horrors to add to Forbidden Arms. And Forbidden Seas, the land is barren now, set sail, and the indigo waters await those are trapped enough to cobble together whatever might pass for a ship. And, of course, grab your best eye patch, give up on oral hygiene, and set sail for all things piratical. Because that is the Forbidden Psalm collection. Next up, we have Shadowdark Compatible. Old school dungeon crawl for Shadowdark. One price gets you the entire collection for $17.95. This is a third-party tabletop role-playing sourcebook and adventures for the Arcane Library's old school fantasy role-playing game, Shadowdark. Right, this was a record-shattering. So shows you that role-playing is not dead, despite what some may think. However, this is an old-school revival. So, yeah, this is a third-party licensed game, bringing you a collection of dungeon crawls. Now, these were available in the different rule systems. All these titles support Shadowdark, but require the Shadowdark rulebook, which is not included in this offer. However, you can get a free quick starter set from TTRPG. Just look up Shadowdark quick start set, and you will see it. Now, you can also get Shadowdark there complete. And Shadowdark was a previous bundle and may be revived again. Now, for $17.95, you get all supplements and adventures in this collection. Below down is a 19-level hole, straight down to the blackest hell. Dark Visions and Tower 6, classes, cults, and an introductory campaign for Shadowdark. The Devoured Labyrinth is a collection of dungeons set in mountains, jungles, or the demon frontier, and even one even atop the drifting Colossus. Shadow Dark Horde is a swarm of orcs and goblins for your Shadow Dark campaign. The Hyborian Adventures. This takes 5 Conan stories from the original and puts them into Shadow Dark. Treasures from the Dark, a new collection of magical items for Shadow Dark. An amazing collection for one price. And just 100 plus magic items alone for $17.95. It's an amazing price. An amazing dungeon. Yeah. Next up, we have a time limit offer again, but this one's a few days ago. Human Gorilla Heists. A high-spirited caper for tabletop fantasy. As you can see, $9.95 gets you the entire collection. This is all new bundle presenting Human Gorilla Creations. Lets you create tabletop fantasy role-playing adventures of thieves and thieveries, contract burglars plundering, young barbarians scaling towers, or swordsmen dodging occultists. If it doesn't sound familiar, yes, it is Conan the Barbarian meets GTA, meets the Usual Suspects. You have a bunch of source books for your own gritty sword and sorcery campaign for $9.95. Who's heard of Ocean? Who is this Ocean? Ogres 11. 13 bold and breathtaking hikes that you can take as a single adventure or a string of larger campaigns. In addition to useful breakdowns for each job, Ogres 11 includes optional systems to manage your group, chart their success or failure. This was a 2022 Kickstarter campaign, and it has an additional gobshite collection of random tables. Tools of the trade. Everything you need to create a simple heist. System neutral. One-shot campaigns linked or endless series of daring exploits. Contract Creator does this for you. Level up your game with this interesting tool. Now, the Usual Suspects is an omnibus collection of 3 Usual Suspect volumes, currently not available anywhere else. I say currently because usually this ends up in your drive-through RPG account, and eventually, it probably will go on sale as separate. But the Usual Suspects enables you to create NPCs which your players won't forget. Now, you don't have to roll, but you can create NPCs on the fly and give them a little quirk or two, some mannerisms. And they're not just someone to deliver useful information to the player. Polite Societies, Volumes 1 to 4, is a collection of some magazines for the thieves, scoundrels, and the ne'er-do-wells. Where's the pirates? Says one down the back. Anyhow, you have the ruffian, the archaeologist, from the Wall, a Planet Will Protect the series, new ideas for Thieves' Cant, the floating casino heist. Oh, there is a pirate ship. And of course, Volume 4, random stuff for popular heist movies, and a level 0 funnel to use a hex flower engine for a sandbox campaign. Well, there's a bunch of words you have to figure out on your own. Yeah, hex crawls. Yeah. So a hex crawl heist sounds like a pub crawl for pirates, right? Land pirates, that is. But yeah, for $9.95, you got yourself a weekend of fun, or it may actually turn into a lifetime of addiction. Next up, we have Sleepy Hollow, soon coming to an end. But before it goes away, $7.95 gets you started. Sleepy Hollow is based on the original works by Washington Irving and other American writers. Note, this is not connected to any movie or TV drama. This is about Ichabod Crane, the sleepy village of Sleepy Hollow in sleepy New England, where it's steeped in rituals, customs, and tales of spectral riders, witches, dark pacts, and is populated by cursed figures. Now, you have the minstrel, the hunter, the barber surgeon, or a school teacher like Crane, or a retired Hessian. You explore the woods, find cursed artifacts, deal with restless spirits, and try to protect the residents from the darkness and possibly themselves, or at least each other. This uses the Year Zero engine. This adapts to stress mechanics used to be for supernatural mood. So, though $7.95 gets you 4 titles in the starter collection. If you pay above the threshold price of $18.95, you level up and get the entire collection. Now, for the minimum price, you get the Sleepy Hollow Core Rulebook, Player's Journal. Hold on. Sorry. All right, so start again. You get the Sleepy Hollow Core Rulebook, which includes the Player's Journal and the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, an introductory adventure to get you started. If that's not enough, you have a Session 0, right? A supplement to get you immediately started and enables you to do a Sleepy Hollow campaign on the fly, and a starter solo adventure, which can either be standalone or mixed into a campaign where you have Devil's 9 questions. This is generally designed as a solitaire game where you progress. The devil answers based on your answers. You progress through the branching story. The bonus collection. Beat the threshold price and you get the bonus collection. 3 supplements. Now this is worthy of opening up the details so you understand. Ichabod Crane started as a skeptic and became a true believer. And of course, you have his Guide to Uncanny Creatures. This is from the hands of Ichabod Crane himself, once skeptic, has explored Sleepy Hollow and has documented 14 creatures of the night. Folk Magic is about the spells and charms of Sleepy Hollow, rooted in folklore, healing, witches, and is rooted in survival, belief, and fear. And the Parish Ledger. This is a comprehensive guide to NPCs and their dark secrets and to adventures. Now, again, open up. Now, dark was the night, cold was the ground, takes you beyond Sleepy Hollow and takes you into forgotten glades. It's a game master tool to create a sandbox hex crawl of the wilderness in the Sleepy Hollow verse. We have encounters, hidden knowledge, and cursed relics. Now, A Little Darkness, 4 individual stories set in Sleepy Hollow. There's The Killing Moon. It's about the Deirdre family's practices and ancient rites to ensure their crops flourish after a harsh winter. In The Waking Witch, a farmer, Abram Bolcher, gains possession of Witch's Head, a mummified bust of a woman with dark allure. And in The Haunting of Thornwood Manor, this is about a grand estate and its strange apparitions. The Changeling's Lullaby is about a disturbing examination of the power of belief, the nature of myth, and sinister forces that manipulate both. All of this is brought to you by me, Future Fantasy. Now, Future Fantasy is a science fantasy setting, currently using Moin, what is old as new system. Unfortunately, my hard drive crashed. I have lost a lot of work. It took me over 2 decades to compile, and I'm seeking help from you to recover this drive. If you go over to please join today, help as best as you can, please. I will do my best, though, to try and revive what I can, and hopefully next month I will have enough revived data to continue my work, or be trying to find a way to salvage what I can to continue Future Fantasy and continue my writing. Now, next up we have the Drive-Thru RPG, the world's largest download store. Predominantly, more and more products are becoming digital and digital only. Makes sense, not just from a financial point of view, with the ludicrous cost of printing and delivery, but also production-wise, you're not limited by the I find documents, right, you can create more artwork than a printer would allow, and create better artwork than a printer can allow, and have detail better than a printer would allow. And yes, Pendragon, the Suave King for the Pendragon system by Chaosium. Now, the realm of the Suave King in the heart of Logres is the enchanted wood. Now it festers and grows, and within this is the realm of Mad Dog, King of the Forest, Bilwag, and it holds many great perils, strange wonders. Now what or who lies beneath the Nightingale Burrows? So many who venture, never heard from again. How will you fare? What's inside? Well, you have the Forest Sauvage. Can I bring this up? This is an amazing image right here. No, I can't. That's an amazing image there of a rider on appears to be a nightmare, the dark horse of folklore, but I forget what they call them in the. I don't know the system too well to actually give you the proper names, how they're addressed in Arthurian. But this is, if you haven't guessed, yeah. So you have an Arthurian a collection of Arthurian adventures. It is a campaign, but you can use it to enrich a current campaign. Yes. And Next, we have Coriolis, the Great Dark, the Flowers of Algorab, 4 Year Zero Engine from Free League Publishing. Navon was a true explorer and a true friend. He went further and deeper than anyone before him. Who could forget the ascent of the Ice Cathedral in Ethereum, made without proper climbing gear, or the survey of the Red Garden and mapped the final strata with a broken leg and a wounded arm. It's a legend, I tell you. We pass him on to the uncreated spirit we do with gratitude. All right, this is a campaign that has 8 chapters. It's an expedition, right, into the depths of an old ruin about a missing a tablet marks the beginning of a strange series of events in the depths of the ship city. Soon explorers are drawn into a web of intrigue, ancient secrets that threaten the very fabric of the Lost Horizon itself. This is a campaign for Coriolis. You're on a large ship, right? It's a arc, and many of it is, a voyage by forgotten builders with a forgotten purpose. Yes. I've seen many campaigns like this. There are even some early campaigns on the bundle of holding. They're amazing. This has maps, various handouts, blue, not just this, but does have blueprints for rovers and shuttles. Has little cards with gears and discoveries and little tokens for supply. But yeah, explore the ruins of your own ship. This is a huge world ship. Next, last but not least, is a Kickstarter campaign, quite an interesting one, a noir Western mystery for D&D 5th edition. It's an adventure for 4 to 6 players, levels 8 to 10, designed for D&D, OSE, and Daggerheart. Story goes, a legendary dragon slinger is murdered. The players have to uncover the truth, a secret that will change the destiny of a country in a world where gunslingers hunt dragons with specialized firearms and ancient grudges. 3 factions converge to claim the hidden dragon for their own purposes. You solve the mystery, navigate faction or politics, and decide the fate of the innocent, where everything could be a lie. It's a spaghetti western. A dragon has been living as a human shopkeeper for years. They don't know they've been discovered. They don't even remember they're a dragon. And they've been Solomon Harker for longer than they can remember. So, yeah. You have locations. You have a town set in the base of the Dragonspire Mountains. You have various various NPCs and factions that cannot wait, and a mystery to unravel, including a photograph of the founding of the town where Solomon discovers Solomon has an age and things that he doesn't know. So, yeah. If you intend to play this, I think I've said enough, too much, but an interesting Kickstarter, already fully funded. an interesting campaign to unravel. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please support the channel. You can support me on Ko-Fi, Patreon, buy my books, buy merch, all my merch. All my links are in the link tree description below, in my profile. Scan the QR code or drop over to my Patreon, Future Fantasy, and I'll have all the links there. Don't have to be a member, but it helps. Please join today. $1 a month or more, and yeah, all helps. Thank you. See you in the next video, and bye for now.